Hello, my name is Andrew Carrillo, and this is my Tableau project submission for strategic management and decision making. We are going to be taking a look at both my dashboard and all three sheets in detail to talk about some insights that we can gain from them. So let's just dive into this. I would like to start with sheet one. Sheet one is just a basic sideways bar graph. It's a really good way to see just at a glance the amount of money each of these airlines makes. So let's say I want to know who's making the most here. I just put it in here and I can look and I can see very clearly that this first top bar is going to be the one that's making the most. So I'm going to look over, I'm going to see, oh, that's Delta. Easy enough, right? And then I can also see how they all compare to each other, relatively speaking. It's a little bit easier to see than as opposed to something like this, where it's just a bunch of dots on a graph. And yes, obviously, anybody who's made it this far in college knows how to read one of these graphs. But just at a quick glance, this is probably going to be the easiest way to see, okay, who's at what level. So delta is at the top, and it goes down from there. Another insight that we can find using some of these sheets comes from sheet 2 here, where we can actually see different plot points and we can see how these companies, these airlines, are kind of compared to both each other and themselves from year to year. So this is actually, I guess, kind of two insights, because one, you can compare the airline to itself from year to year, and you can easily see that development or decline. I don't really think any of these. Okay, here we go. See here, easy enough. Southline Airlines is declining a little bit once they get down here. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of loss. So you can see both how they compare to others and how their growth compares to those others. So you can see here, it looks like United Airlines is growing a lot here, as opposed to Allegiant down here that really isn't growing much. So that's one way you can do it. And in general, like I was saying, it's not growing much in its own way and in relation to others. So that's two different insights you can gain by seeing it here side by side and compared to itself. Another insight, so to speak, comes from sheet 3. Now, personally, you may have gotten this from what I said a second ago. I'm not really a big fan of these kinds of charts. They, in my opinion, are a little harder to understand at a glance, just because you have to interpret, where they stand and how they are. But with that said, it's a great way to view where everybody stands from year to year. So, especially since this one, it was specified that we had to put in the year. So let's say 2016. Here we go. We have everybody where they are, but now we can see where they're moving to. So here, let's go to 2017. If it'll let me drag over there. Come on. Okay. Let's see that. Boom. Okay. Now we go to a different year and we can see where they stand now. So it's a great visual that's going to help you move everything around from year to year. Now you're not seeing it all close up with each other like you were seeing it here in this slow progression you're noticing, but nonetheless, it is a great visual aid to view how things are moving about. It's a really easy way to see positioning, because here you're seeing them all in their own lights, so to speak. Like, they're all on their own lines, and yes, some lines do cross over, but they kind of stay relatively in the same place. But here you can really see a little bit more movement, which helps to visualize that progression and or degression, so to speak. So that's 4 insights. I got to one more, right? And we're getting there. So I'm gonna look at my dashboard for this. One of the great things I like about Tableau is that you can see multiple things at once in this dashboard, and it's really a great tool, so you can see it all at once. So let's say I want to see how one thing measures. Like, let's just talk about Alaska Airlines, right? I can do this, come here, hit filter, use as filter, boom. Now all I'm looking at is Alaska. I want to see just how they're doing, because I have a particular interest in them. I can see it in 3 different ways. One, I can see it here and how it measures here, like I said earlier, I can see its growth and I can see where that puts it in the market. Now, let's talk about SkyWest. I don't want to talk about Alaska anymore. Oh, yeah, and also, because right back here, nothing gets changed. It didn't ruin anything. It's perfect, right? Here, boom. Spirit, sorry. Look at them first. Oh, show me. Boom. Same thing here. It's a great tool, and you can single out particular entities in a really easy fashion. That's one thing that is an insight, I guess. Also, just kind of talking about Tableau and its many features, benefits, so to speak. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't mind that I went a couple seconds over time, and enjoy the rest of your day.